Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire, Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. This story takes place in Weymouth and also Northampton. As we've covered a lot on this channel over the past 2 years, county lines is a big problem across the country. With more established gangs in the inner cities spreading out to smaller towns in order to gain influence and also make a lot of money. Northamptonshire police determined last year they had 38 different groups of drug dealers in the area that were flooding the county with drugs from the big cities. They focused mainly on Northampton and Kettering, and due to the massive increase in county lines, they launched several operations to clamp down on this. One of them was called Operation Serpent, Operation Viper, and the one that these lads that we're talking about today were involved in was Operation Poetry. They was trying to dismantle county lines that affected a lot of people with mental health issues, and just one operation involved 250 police officers. They arrested 87 people in one of these operations in Northamptonshire, and in addition they created a new policing model that they then replicated across the country in order to try to counteract county lines. Kyron Smye was from Northampton, and he ended up selling drugs, as the prosecution allege, in Weymouth. Weymouth is very far from Northampton. So the way that they believe this is set up is that somebody from, say, Liverpool, London, Birmingham is supplying someone in Northampton, and then they are travelling across the country to supply somebody in Weymouth. Their involvement in this county lines was actually discovered through a shooting that occurred in the Weymouth area outside an Asda. It goes all the way back to 2018, and there was only convicted today. Kyron Smye pulled up at a pub with a converted 9mm handgun and a clip with blank rounds that were fitted with steel shrapnel. This was a very unusual conversion. It happened on a Tuesday afternoon at 10 to 6, and he opened fire and it was all caught on CCTV. He wore gloves, but he didn't wear a face mask either. His defence solicitor said that it was based upon the fact of a drug debt that he was owed by these people. The footage shows him running up to the group of young men and then opening fire and making his escape. No one was injured during this shooting. The CCTV obtained by the police showed a black vehicle passing by the group of men, who then fled in panic. A male appearing to wear gloves was seen to approach them, holding a handgun, before running back in the direction of that vehicle. None of the group approached by the gunman came forward to police. 2 people were approached by the police but refused to give evidence in that case. Dorset's major crime team were actually called in to deal with this case. This is Weymouth, this is by the seaside. They're not used to these sort of crimes occurring. They identified Smye as the man who was wielding the gun, and in a police operation that led to Northampton 9 days after the shooting, officers attended an address and found Smye at the property along with Neil Kelly, who was arrested on suspicion of assisting an offender. A handgun was found nearby in some bushes, and forensic analysis concluded that a 9mm bullet casing found in Weymouth was connected to that weapon. Smye's phone was examined, and they found messages to his friend Kelly that appeared to be in relation to the shooting, and he also carried out online searches in relation to gunshots being fired in Weymouth. There was no evidence to indicate that Kelly had been in Weymouth at the time of the shooting, but they believed that he would have known of the actual incident. Smye, who was 22 years old from no fixed address, was given 6.5-year jail term for admitting possession of a firearm with intent to cause fear of violence. He was also sentenced to an additional 2 years for unrelated drug supply matters following an investigation led by Northamptonshire Police. Neil Kelly, his friend, also from Northampton, was sentenced to 4.5 years because during the arrest they also found 93 grams of cocaine in the loft of Smye's girlfriend's flat. The pair were reportedly working for the Abra County Lines gang to funnel drugs into Northampton from London. Both men were found guilty of firearm offences at the magistrates' court. His solicitor's defence, he deliberately fired the gun to scare people rather than aiming it and in fact missing. The blank rounds in the converted handgun, what firearm officers deemed had the potential to cause lethal harm. Police recovered the weapon and it still had 2 rounds in the magazine as well. So this is a very interesting and shows the intricate nature of county lines, the way that drugs can come from London and then they go to Northampton and then they go all the way back down to Weymouth, and this can sometimes be the consequence of that. It's very rare that we get to see a direct connection between county lines and gang violence as well. So that on its own is interesting to be able to discuss. I really want to hear what people have to say on this story, so please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll be back again very soon with some more news. Peace.